The Mississippi River is having a lot of water woes. Try saying that 3 times fast. Water woes. It's the latest possible obstacle in the supply chain issue that's going on right now in the U.S. So, according to the National Weather Service in Memphis, the Mississippi River is projected to tie an all-time record of negative 10.7 feet, either today or tonight. And the Mississippi River is a vital waterway for trade with the lower levels that haven't been impacted, the amount of commodities that can be imported or exported out of New Orleans. Barges cannot be...
Wait a minute. Go back a little bit. You said it's supposed to recede 10 feet?
It is. It has receded over 10 feet, going on 11 feet.
10 feet?
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah. Yeah, this is no game here.
That's a problem.
It is a huge problem. It's a vital waterway, as mentioned, for trading, especially for people down in New Orleans. Shout out to the Bayou down there. Barges can't be fully loaded. According to the U.S. Department of Agriculture's weekly transportation report, the southbound barge tonnages were reduced on the river by more than 20%. So our agriculture shippers from corn, soybeans, and wheat uses barges as cheaper alternative to trucks or rail to move the grain in bulk. Just under half of all grain is moved by barge, according to the USDA. Approximately 5.4 million barrels of crude and 35% of thermal coal are moved onto the Mississippi. I mean, right now, what I've even seen, the Army Corps of Engineers are trying to assist in trying to get these waterways a little bit improved right now. So we're going to go to our military correspondent, Ms. Marsha Hart here, and obviously, AKA Army brat. So this is something vital. This is something major that really, it's going under the radar that really people should know about.
Agreed. It just baffles me how we get here, being in the military, and there's a lot of things that have happened that we try to, self-correct. But I think it's a part of a bigger issue, and the bigger issue is our nation has failed in some ways, shapes, or forms, and I don't know how we get to making it right.
Very true. Now, GPS, I'm going to throw this to you. Everybody talked about global warming and it's not really an issue. Republicans were like gung-ho about this. Well, look at the Mississippi. This may be a little bit of a telltale tale of what's happening here. If they're reducing their logistics by certain percentages, I mean, if they're coming with these huge truckloads, they're reducing them. You're a truck driver. You know how these payloads are, and they're huge payloads. But now if they have to reduce that, if the East Coast is getting swamped with a whole bunch of different vehicles that are coming with different supplies, and we've got this traffic jam and nothing's moving, what's the next step?
Well, here's what's going to wind up happening. If instead of pushing it up the Mississippi, you're on a barge in which it can roll all day, all night, under wind or under its own power, or, under much less power than it would take for 100 trucks, 1,000 trucks, 10,000 trucks. Keep in mind, diesel's still popping about $5-6 a gallon. Guess what? If you got to put that many more trucks on the road, when that grain gets to wherever it's got to go, it's going to cost that much more. Okay? And we're talking about going from the Gulf of Mexico, so anything coming out of Texas, Louisiana, Mississippi, Alabama, Florida, all the way up 55, 29, 35, all the way up there towards Minnesota, Chicago, and all that. Minnesota, Wisconsin, all that. It's going to cost that much more, because then it's got to get what? It's got to go out from there. So it's got to go to the East Coast, got to go West Coast, go to the Midwest, need some grain, Yeah, we got to get on this, because this is about to really,
Yeah, shit's gonna start blowing up sooner or later. Cortez, these distribution centers are just getting overloaded, as mentioned, on the East Coast. And of course, once again, climate change, people thought it was a myth. Republicans don't like to talk about it because they think it's just another BS thing by Democrats or whoever. But this is kind of like an "I told you so" moment for all the eco heads out there to the Republicans.
Yeah, I agree with you, man. It's just until we can all get together, man, Republican, Democrat, or whatever, we're gonna continue to have these breakdowns in communications because the scientists speak the truth. The scientists speak the truth. I mean, religion and non-religion or whatever, there's some serious global warming issues going on around this country and abroad and internationally. And that's the thing. We have to accept the fact that things are, this climate that we're living in right now is starting to get a little bit reckless. A little bit reckless. So, yeah, I'm not shocked. I'm not shocked, man. I'm not shocked at all. It's just, you notice that this is not a major story with these politicians right now. They're so hooked on, I got election season coming up. This is not a real major problem right now, which it should be. I think it should be, but Yeah,
I mean, think about it, Al, Marcia. The holidays are coming. Christmas shopping and everything. This is going to be a major blow, whether people think so or not, whether it be foods, grains, or just gifts or whatever, because it's a domino effect. When something goes down and basically it's like a machine. When one cog goes, then the whole machine basically stops.
True. So true. So then, how do we fix this? What do we do? What's our next steps?
Make some more cakes.
Get you a really long hose.
Uh-oh. Hey, watch your mouth.
Go from the Pacific all the way across I-10 and just put it down in the water.
Well, I mean,
bring all that nice salt water. Well,
yeah, but I mean, you got to give to the Army Corps of Engineers. They're trying to find ways of getting that water to kind of like flow a little bit better and to make the levels rise. So, I mean, shout out to the Army Corps of Engineers for really doing that, because they do a lot of work that we really don't really talk about. Like even in the Jersey Shore, when they run out of sand, whenever you've seen over the past few years, their sand's running low, Army Corps of Engineers come in and they go literally right into the ocean and pull out all that sand from under the water and then bring it here and just try to make the beaches look nice for everybody. And of course, remember what they did for the people down in New Orleans when the levees broke. Army Corps was down there and they were busting their ass. So, shout out to our soldiers, all of them, and we thank everybody for your service, including Marcia.